All right, so I received several emails asking me, what do I do when I'm standing on the bow of the boat looking out for tarpon and one appears maybe 10, 15 feet from the bow of the boat? How do I address those close shots? Well, like I've told you all before and you've seen, I'm not real conventional about a lot of things that I do. So what I'm going to show you that I do may seem very abnormal for saltwater fly fishing, but hey, it works for me sometimes. It just might work for you. Normally when I'm standing on the bow of the boat, I'll have 15 feet of fly line out of the tip of my rod, plus another 11 feet of backing all the way to the fly, my entire butt section to the fly. So I might have 26 to 28 feet out at any given time. So when a fish shows up maybe 10 feet out, the last thing I want to try to do is get the fly in the air and hope I can make that adjustment with the fly in the air. It doesn't seem to work that well because, you know, a short cast, when you've got a 50-pound or 60-pound butt section, that butt section needs to turn over. It doesn't do it when the line's really slow in the air. It's hard to really get it to lay straight by the time you get it to the target. And it's very difficult to judge your distance. So something else I tried, and I did this actually just by mistake one time. Got the fly line in my hand. I see a fish that might only been 10 feet out. I look at how much line I have. I strip some of this line back in. And then what I do is I do a roll cast. Just a slow little roll cast allows me to make that fly go straight out. It allows for a really soft landing because don't forget, when that fish is close to you, he's pretty much alert to what's going on. Now, if you're in crystal clear water, it doesn't matter. You're not going to make that fish eat. But a lot of times when I've been in Florida Bay in dirty water, I've actually made that cast to a fish. And if it goes a little beyond him, that's okay. But one thing you got to remember when you make this cast, if you're long, that's all right, but I want your rod tip to follow straight down so the minute you're right here, you're ready to start your strip. Now remember, if you're a little long, bring it slowly across the fish's face and get ready for some really violent bites. All of a sudden, when that fly crosses this fish, even coming across his head from behind him, I've had that fish just lunge up and eat it. Now, not easy to hook a fish when he's doing that because a lot of times he eats coming straight at you, but give it a shot. So if you've got your fly line down, at least you have a chance of possibly getting that hook up. So again, if you've got your line out, all this line that I would normally be carrying, I see something close, I'll go ahead and strip a little bit of it in, then I will throw my fly off to the water and do maybe judge it up here and then a nice little roll cast right to the target, tip of the rod following down so that when I strip and he eats, I can go back to my basic hook set. You don't want to leave the rod tip up high. After you make that cast, when I first started it, you keep your rod tip up high, you lose 50% or more of your hook set. You end up trout setting it, and that's just not going to work. So again, this isn't conventional. It happens periodically, and this has worked good for me and might just find it works good for you. So a nice little roll cast to the target, allow the rod to follow it down so that you're right here connected to your stripping motion, strip, he eats it, then you go right to your hook set. You might find that that's the only thing that can get that fly softly to that fish. So give it a try. What do you got to lose?